Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Anna. I want to say a big congratulations to Bretman Rock and Wet n Wild for this launch. I think Bretman Rock is someone I'm always willing to support because he kind of stays out of the drama, I feel like, in the beauty community, and all he really wants to do is make people laugh and smile, and I think he does just that. So I really enjoy getting to support someone like that. Had a really hard time getting a hold of this collection. I am very upset with Ulta, and I will just let you know that if your Ulta store say they don't have it, I actually reached out to Wet n Wild directly through Instagram, and they did message me back saying, I'm sorry that your Ulta has let you down, and they said they are supposed to have it. And they also said that it will be on their website on the 18th, in case you missed out on it on the Ulta website or your store is not selling it to you. And but they said, but they are supposed to have it. So just so you know, if your Ulta is playing the same games on you as they did me, your Ulta should have had it because it was supposed to launch in store today, guys. Today. So we are going to get right into the video. I'm gonna show you what I got and kind of show you how everything performs, and yeah, I'm just really excited. So here's what I picked up. He actually went back to go get the setting spray because I really wanted the setting spray and it sold out online. Came out with a palette. I don't have every single thing. I think the mascara wasn't even online or in store. I didn't even get to see the display because my husband went for me. Thank you, Travis. He is the real VIP here. It's been a rough day. But he did launch a palette which is online and it's only $14.99 and you get 15 shades, and honestly that's like better than ColourPop. It is so beautiful. And on the back it shows you the different shades. So the inner packaging looks identical to the outer packaging, so except the back it has the same beautiful flowers, and it is taped on the sides, which the plastic, okay, much prettier in person. There is no mirror. There seem to be intense shimmers. There seem to be like a matte glitter formula and one that looks very satiny and the rest matte. So I'm very excited. Let me take this plastic thing off. Oh man, this is too pretty not to take pictures of it before I play with it. So I might have to do that real quick, but look at this gorgeousness. This is so beautiful. I feel like it's really neat because you get a good amount of neutrals and then you get a good amount of fun play colors. I'm interested to see how well the fun play colors kind of work, but the packaging is beautiful. So impressed. I was surprised to see my husband found these. I didn't know he was picking them up because I didn't see them online, but they had the brushes in store. There is a face highlighter brush and they come in these cute little tubies. And then there is like an eyeshadow brush. It's basically like a packing brush, and then you have your blending brush, which honestly these are like the three main brushes I always use on a daily basis for my highlighter, for all over the lid and in the crease shade. So I think that they did a good job at picking out the different types. Of course we need to try out the brush, so I am actually going to start off with this brush, and it is called the Eyeshadow Precision Blending Brush. Again, it has the gold to kind of coral color, and there's what it looks like. Very soft again. We are going to start off with Coconut Connoisseur, which sounds like Bretman Rock. It honestly looks like an off-white, like a white, but not. Ooh, it felt really soft. Oh, you guys, there's kick up, but honestly, compared to like some of the other shadows I've been using lately, it's not that bad. So I'm just gonna pack that. Don't expect too much out of the shadow because it's just, you know, like a light white type of shade. I did use the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer beforehand, just so you know I do have a primer on. Now we are going to go into Anaconda. Is that how I'm supposed to say that? And this one is, oh, so soft again. A really beautiful, vibrant, oh, I'm so excited, kind of teal-ish mint color. Again, they're like really soft, but it's so strange to me because there's not a ton of kick up. Normally when you have soft mattes, there's a lot of kick up, and I feel like that's not really happening. So what we want to see is if it builds, because I don't really have a problem with them being sheer and into the first, but if it doesn't build, that's where we can have problems. I actually, with brighter shades, am starting to prefer them to be really sheer at the beginning because it makes the blending process so much easier when using bright colors, because you can put the very sheer wash down first and then slowly just build it up underneath. So like I think that would, so it's almost like creating a transition color, if that makes sense. So we have it very blended at the top, and then we're gonna add some more and see if we can slowly deepen it as we get closer to the eyelid. This brush worked perfectly well. I'm next going into this very deep green called Venomous. It looks kind of like a foresty green. I'm gonna go in that one. That one feels a little bit grittier, but I think that's pretty normal. It honestly is more of like a tealish looking in the camera, but I think it is, oh yeah, that one feels a little bit gritty, so we'll see. We'll see how she does. I think colors like that are just harder to formulate for some companies. I'm not a formulator of colors, but you know what? Look at that. It seems to be applying just fine. Next, I want to go into this black a little bit. This black a little bit called Alpha, and that feels pretty soft as well. It has some sparkles. It's just matte with sparkles in it. Deepen it up just a little bit. We have the other brush we need to try. Where did it go? Cotton Eye Gel. Here it is. Okay, so this one's called the Shadow Placement Brush. So basically like a good shader brush. I think we're gonna go into Big Peacock Energy first, which is, ooh, it's like green with ooh, it is very, wow. That's some intense right there. Okay, that's no setting spray. That is like completely on its own, you guys. Flying solo. And she is, holy cow. Oh my word. This is like, oh, metallic. I think we're gonna go into this gold shade next called Prowl. Oh, these shimmas are insane metallic. This brush is picking them up really well too. So, okay, this shade's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I think after you use the green, like, there's no going back. Like, that's, I think, one of the most impressive shades I've ever used in my life. You know what, why not? For funsies, let's use this yellowy gold on the inner corner. I'm not going anywhere, so. Okay, so these are some beautiful metallics, guys. I'm gonna go into the Coconut Connoisseur to start off. Okay, I think I'm gonna go into the pink called Flamingo. So Flamingo is going on very, very sheer so far. But like I said, it's, well, first of all, I'm using a very fluffy blending brush, which I find works best to do. To create kind of that transition shade first with colors. Again, I'm not a makeup artist. This is just some things that I've learned along the way. And then you want to take a more dense one. So I'm going back into that pink. So we're using the same color, and see how much a different brush can change the way a product works. That is why it is so important before you completely diss a product, you try it a few different ways, because with that other brush there's no way I would have been able to get this much pigment, and this one's more of like this one's an e.l.f. brush, and it's the dual ended eye brush, and one side kind of has a more dense kind of blending brush, and I think the blending brush that comes in his collection is a little bit more similar to like this type, where it's going to really pack on the pigment versus a very fluffy blending brush. But then I'm just going to kind of go back and kind of help blend them back together. I think we're actually going to go into the bright red because I never do stuff like this, so why not? So this one is called Pounce on Him, and I'm going to use the same more dense brush since we already have some. Wow. Wow, okay. That's good. Look at that. Oh, girl. Girl, what? What is happening? This is so good. I want to cry. I'm going to the purple now, which is called Feline Myself. That's cute. Like that. Really, that one was, I think, a little bit more powdery. We'll see. Okay, so this brush, not doing it. We need to go back to a more densified brush. I think especially since I already put down like pinks and reds, in order for that purple to show up, it's probably gonna need to be really dense. Just, you know, in general, I think that's just kind of how it is. See, more dense, and I kind of dug a little bit more into the palette than I had the first time, so big difference there. Now I'm really excited to see the pink shimmer. It looks like a rose gold. Ooh, they just feel so like soft. This is a beautiful, beautiful shade. I think it would have looked better if I left the purple out, honestly. I think I kind of went a little overboard with the purple, but this is the thing that I was the most excited for, and it is the, oh! Holy cow! Okay, if you could see this highlighter in person, it's even more beautiful. So the packaging is awesome, but I love Wet n Wild's lighting powders because they are bomb. They're intense. If you've ever watched my most affordable drugstore highlighters, the Wet n Wild powder formulas are in it because they're amazing. So this packaging is so adorable, but you get 2 different shades, which I thought was like mind-blowing. Okay. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, Bretman and Wet n Wild, what have you done? So this one is very deep, but let me tell you, holy cow. It's gold, like copper, rose gold, almost flecks of like pink and purple. I don't know. It's very, very shifty and duochromy. But let me show you the packaging. Oh man, it's so pretty. You are so beautiful. So, because at first I was like, okay, so normally I like to, you know, kind of pour it out into my cap, and I didn't know these things existed at first. And I was like, so how does that work? But since you have these, you can close one at a time. So very, very good on the packaging. Thought it through. Inventive, awesome, amazing. I can't wait to try this on my face. Go ahead and take out our little highlighter brush. So these brushes are like gold and go coral. So I know that the darker one's gonna be too dark for me, but we're gonna try it on one side of my face anyways. So one is called Gold Lioness and one's called Bronze Tigress, and so this is the Bronze Tigress one, and you guys, it has like pink specks. It almost looks like glitter, so some people might not appreciate this, and I'm just, so like I said, I dip it into my cap. Yeah, it's like loose sparkle glitters. Oh wow, you know what this kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of Show Gold from MAC, how it had that like pinky duochrome. So it's almost like this is like a very sheer taupery type of shade, so if you mix it with the gold, you probably would pretty much get MAC's Show Gold. Is that what it's called? The one that like flips pink? Oh yes, yes, yes. So it's not too dark. There they are with the setting spray. You don't have to it's okay. So this one is called Gold Lioness. And so again, we're just gonna in the cap. And I think this one's gonna be more like their regular powder ones. But it did mix a little bit with the pinker one, but I'm pretty sure it's just like a light gold. Yeah, some of the pink mixed in there. But as you can see, this one's more like it has the background in it, and this one's more like toppery highlighter. So together, I think they'll be amazing. Lastly, we have the 3 lip glosses. I picked up all of them because I could tell that they were going to be really pretty, and they all had different types of flips in them. So these types of lip glosses aren't really going to give you much background pigment, more just kind of a toppery, glittery type of look. But I normally do like the Wet n Wild lip glosses, so I'm really excited. This first one is called Fearless. And this one looks gorgeous. It looks like a nude. Like it has maybe some green and corally flecks of glitter in there. Again, this packaging adorable. It matches the palette with the flowers on top. But here, let's put this one up close and personal. So it looks honestly more like a peachy nude with some green and gold flecks. Oh! It smells like tropical-y. And it has like a flat applicator. So like I said, you can't really, it's not going to give you a lot of color, but it is going to give you a little bit of a tint, but more of a shine and sparkle. This next shade is called Ferocity. I feel so dumb right now. And this one's like a straight up just glitter gold, but it's not like a true gold. It's more like a white champagne-y gold. So I think that's a lot more wearable in my opinion. This one definitely has more intense gold glitters in it, as you can see there. So I think this one would be more glittery. It's been a long day. It's been a long day at Ulta. I think it would look more glittery on the lips. And the last one I'm super excited because, so back in the day there was this MAC shade that I loved. It was one of their, what were those glosses they had that were super duper sparkly and had a lot of glitter in them? It reminds me of those. I don't know if they even sell them anymore. I haven't bought from MAC in a long time, but it has a bit of a purple shifty type ofness going on. Purpley pink. So this is the one I think I'm the most excited for. So here we go. Here we go. I'm so excited. I just like sprayed it on me somewhere. Okay. Yeah, so it literally just has little tiny, if you've ever used Lemonhead glitters, they have like these disappearing purples in them, and that's kind of what it looks like. They kind of just like peekaboo glitters. You can't see it that much, and then bam, you can see it. Let's try putting it on top. Oh, what's this one called? Did I even say the name? Freaky. Freaky. It's called Freaky. Can you roll your R's? Okay, I just wiped off all my lipstick. Okay. With the wand. I wasn't really talking about the wand, but I did that too. So obviously it just looks, you know, if there's one gloss you really love, you probably don't necessarily need them all. But I will say they feel nice. I don't feel any glitter in them, like any grittiness, which sometimes you do with kind of sparkly ones. And this is the setting spray that my dear husband picked up for me. Looks like this. It comes with, oh, this has some glow in it. So Shake Me, and this one, I feel so blinded right now. Why? This has, it's called a 3-in-1 face mist, 3.4 fluid ounces. And here's what the packaging looks like. Got a cute hot pink cap. Shake it up. What does it say? Does it have directions on it? No directions. We're just supposed to know what to do. You know that coconut water that Bretman always be drinking and always be talking about? It smells like coconut water. It smells so good. I don't know if it gave me any glow from this, but it looks like it hydrated my skin. It looks like it did what a setting spray is supposed to do. I feel like, so if you've ever used the Morphe, oh, I got some in my mouth and it tastes very perfumey. So if you've ever used like the Morphe setting spray, the Fine Mist one, it's definitely heavier than that, but it's still not too bad. It's almost as much as the regular Wet n Wild setting spray. I'd say how much comes out with that. I do think I do look a little dewier though. That is everything I got from the collection. They did not have the mascara there, so I don't know what's really going on with that. So I'm just gonna quickly tell you my thoughts on each product, starting with the highlighter. So I don't think this highlighter is going to necessarily be for everyone. I ended up redoing it and mixing them together. I only say this because one side is kind of your more normal loose highlighting powder, a very pretty light gold, and then the other side is very kind of very loose. Think of a topper eyeshadow, very sparkly type of shade. It is extremely loose, almost to the point where I would maybe even set my brush before dipping it in because they kind of fly everywhere. I personally love this idea because you can wear it as like very sheer with just pink kind of glitter sparkles, or you can mix it together to give it that background pigment of the gold. So it's very interesting. I love the packaging, so I do recommend this if you're interested in that type of product. It's cute, it's innovative, and it's a very pretty color. So if you're into that sort of thing, I would 100% recommend this. But again, if you're not into kind of toppery, glittery type cheeks, this might not be for you. But I, again, personally really do love this. It's probably the thing that I was the most excited for from this collection. Next, we have these brushes. Now, I always feel like I can use new brushes, and I feel like all of them performed really well. I don't see any shedding happening. They're very pretty. I feel like these two I already kind of have in my collection, but again, I use them so much that it's nice to have more than just one, especially if one gets really dirty or you do it for like a colorful eye look like this and you don't want to wash it every single day. So I can appreciate having like multiple highlighter brushes like this, as well as dense kind of crease brushes like this. I will say that my favorite is the packing shadow brush, because I don't think I have one that picks up shadow this well for all over the lid. It especially worked amazing with the formulas that were metallic. It just picked it up like it was butter. I didn't need to wet it or anything. So together they worked really well, and I'm really excited to use this brush on my other shadows to see how well it picks up and packs on pigment onto the eye, because it worked so well. It might be my new favorite all over the lid brush, and Wet n Wild brushes are always very affordable, so you can't really go wrong. I don't think they're necessarily like you have to have it, but again, if you're in need of brushes or you just really love the aesthetic, they are nice brushes. They do work well. The glosses are very beautiful. They're very sheer and have just this very beautiful sparkle, and the packaging is adorable. I love them. They were one of the things I was also most excited for, just pretty, you know, glosses, and I know they'll get used, especially lately. It's been really dry and wintry, and I feel like they're very just moisturizing and look very pretty. They also have a very nice smell, and so I just really like these. I don't think, again, that they're a must-have. I know that there's a lot of these types of glosses on the market between like ColourPop, and also Wet n Wild has launched glosses kind of similar to these ones in terms of like the same type of sparkle. But if you love them or just want to support Bretman Rock or just want this special packaging, then I would definitely recommend getting these ones as well. The setting spray is awesome. I feel like I could spray myself all day because it just smells like coconut, which I really like, and it does feel really nice going on, and it is a little bit of a heavier spray, but not like too heavy. I feel like it's a good price, and it smells amazing, and it does have like a little tiny bit of sparkle, so it will give you kind of a dewy look. So if you're into that, I would recommend it. I do know that there's other coconut sprays on the market though. For instance, I think Hard Candy has like a coconut one, but I've never tried it, so I don't know really if it smells this good or not, but I am kind of obsessed with this coconut smell. And the last thing is the palette. The most expensive thing from this collection is the palette, and it's sold out online. And honestly, when I first saw it, I was like, wow, those colors are really cute and beautiful. But Jaclyn Hill just launched a new palette. Jeffree Star is about to launch a new palette. So it wasn't like at the tippity top of my wants list. Just because Jaclyn Hill's palette has a lot of those red, pinks, and purples, which are so up my alley. Jeffree Star one has beautiful lilacs and lavenders. What's really cool about this one is obviously the price beats all of them. It is smaller, but I feel like if you're someone who's just starting off with color, this is probably a better option than spending a bunch of money and end up not really using it. Or if you don't really like color but you kind of want to play with it, this is a really good starting option. I felt like everything performed really nicely. Just make sure you do use a good base and you'll be good to go. I was blown away by these metallics, especially this green one. This Big Peacock Energy just blew me out of the water. It performed amazing. These metallics don't need wet, they don't need glitter glue, they just need a good packing brush and maybe a little bit of something to stick to, but they worked so well. The metallics just really blew me out of the water. I would say the mattes weren't that bad either for being a colorful palette. Sometimes you run into, you know, a big mess. And so the palette ultimately surprised me, and I think for $15 it's a great price. It's a good quality product, so if you like the colors, I would say get it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think I'm actually going to do a swatch video separately just because this video I feel like is so long, because I did get almost everything from the collection and wanted to really go in depth about each thing. So I think I'll do my live swatches probably tomorrow or the next day, we'll see, and so you guys can really see them. But honestly, the way they performed, I think it's a good palette. It's good to go. Thank you, and you all have a great day. Bye.